end of the transcription mechanism, we have got mRNA which copied the information of DNA. So the difference between the language of DNA and RNA is with respect to the thymine and uracil. Thymine is seen in case of DNA, uracil is present instead of thymine in case of RNA. So that is the slight language difference. So DNA and RNA and DNA can communicate with each other. Now at the end of the transcription mechanism, we have the mRNA having the information that is present on DNA. Now this information has to be passed on to the proteins, that is translation mechanism. That is the next mechanism which we are going to discuss in the next class. Now once the transcription process is terminated by the terminated region of the gene segment of particular gene segment of the present on the DNA, now this mRNA will undergo the translation mechanism. So before entering into the translation process, this mRNA is not ready to use, is not ready for the translation mechanism. So after the transcription process, it undergoes some changes. Those changes or modifications are called as post-transcriptional modifications. Post-transcriptional means after the transcription process, some changes are happening to the mRNA that is synthesized in transcription mechanism. That is why these changes are called as post-transcriptional modifications. These post-transcriptional modifications are very, very important. You should understand. This can be asked in the exams also. So listen carefully, follow carefully, try to understand the post-transcriptional modifications. So there are major 4 modifications that can take place to the mRNA after the transcription process. One is capping at the 5' end. Then second modification that happens is poly A tail formation at the 3' end of the mRNA. Then removal of introns, and 4 rejoining of exons. These are the 4 major modifications that can happen to any type of mRNA after the transcription process. Now see this diagram. This diagram shows the post-transcriptional modifications that are happening to a eukaryotic cell RNA. So the post-transcriptional modifications taking place to eukaryotic cell RNA is shown in this diagram. Now see DNA. If you see the DNA structure, here in this diagram you can see on the double-stranded DNA there are some light regions, white color regions and blue color region. So white color region is named as intron and blue color region is named as exon. Introns and exons. So when the transcription process is going on, means the DNA region, the whole specific region of DNA is copied in transcription mechanism. So both exons and introns are read by the RNA polymerase and synthesizes the RNA or mRNA. So while transcription taking place from the DNA strand, both exons and intron regions are copied. So these exons, they are the actual portion of the DNA which is responsible for the synthesis of proteins. So introns are intertwining substances. Introns are called intertwining substances that are present on DNA which are not coding for any kind of proteins. Only exons are the useful codons which contains the actual information which is required for the synthesis of proteins. So exons are useful region that is present on the DNA. Intron regions are the intertwining regions which does not code for any proteins or any amino acids. So while copying the DNA during the process of transcription, both exons and intron regions are copied and the mRNA is synthesized. Okay, now this mRNA, now you can see the mRNA, among the mRNA you can see the red color regions and white color regions, red color region, white color region, red color region, and the yellow color indicates that this is a terminated portion of the mRNA. Now this mRNA contains both the regions of exon and intron that is present on the DNA. Introns, as I told you, introns, they cannot code for any protein. They are not containing any useful information which is required for protein synthesis. So introns has to be removed. The mRNA that is synthesized immediately after the transcription, that is why it is not ready to use for translation mechanism. So it will undergo some modification. That is what post-transcriptional modification. So DNA is there. Now DNA is transcribed into RNA. Now this RNA undergoing transcriptional modifications, that is post-transcriptional modifications. The first step is removal of introns. Introns will be removed. Now all the exons will be joined. Exons will be joined. Now this exons contains the coding sequence which is required for the synthesis of the particular protein. Now once the exons are joined together, now cap at the 5' region. Now see there is a cap on the RNA transcript. This cap is made by 5-methyl GTP, 5-methyl GTP. So GTP cap. Then the tail at the end, 3' end of the mRNA is added with A sequences, means adenine sequences. That is called repeated adenine sequences will be added, A like this. So this poly A tail will be added after the transcription process. Now introns are removed, all the exons are joined together. Now that is called splicing. Removal of introns is called introns is called as splicing. Once that splicing of introns is over, now all the exons will be joined. So once all the exons are joined, you can see the mRNA with 5' cap, coding sequence of exons and poly A tail. Now this RNA, after undergoing post-transcriptional modifications, is ready for the translation mechanism. Both replication and transcription takes place inside the nucleus, but translation mechanism takes place in the cytoplasm. So once the mRNA is ready, mRNA means messenger RNA. Why it is called messenger RNA? Because it carries the information that is present on the DNA. So that is why it is called messenger RNA. It takes the message from DNA and by transcription process which is taking place in the nucleus, and once the mRNA is ready for translation, then it moves out of the cytoplasm and it goes to the cytoplasm, and on the ribosomes it starts the translation mechanism. Now in this slide I have given you a summary of the post-transcriptional modifications. First, in the transcription mechanism, DNA undergoes unwinding and one strand of the DNA is transcribed. Transcribed means one strand of DNA is copied. Now once the DNA is copied, now you have a raw mRNA. Now raw mRNA undergoes post-transcriptional modifications like 5' capping and 3' poly A tail formation. Then the removal of introns takes place, followed by the joining of all exons. Introns are non-coding regions of the DNA. Only exons are having the coding sequences which is useful for the synthesis of proteins. So all exons will be joined. So now the mature mRNA will form. Mature mRNA. The mRNA that is formed after the post-transcriptional modifications is called as mature mRNA. This mature mRNA, once it is ready, moves into the cytoplasm from the nucleus. Now this is ready for the translation process. So these are called post-transcriptional modifications. Now inhibitors of transcription you should know. There are some inhibitors of transcription, like inhibitors for replication mechanism. Inhibitors of transcription is also important. So I have given 4 examples of inhibitors of transcription here. One is actinomycin D, number 2 mitomycin, number 3 rifampicin, number 4 alpha amanitin. Actinomycin D, mitomycin, rifampicin, alpha amanitin are the inhibitors of transcription mechanism. Now actinomycin D, what it will do is it intercalates with DNA strands, thus blocking the transcription. So what it will do, it intercalates with DNA strands, means it will not allow the DNA to undergo unwinding, and binding of RNA polymerase is prevented. Binding of RNA polymerase at the promoter region, at the operator region, it prevents. So as a result, transcription mechanism will not proceed. So this is how actinomycin D can inhibit the transcription mechanism. Rifampicin. Rifampicin, it binds to the beta subunit of RNA polymerase, which is inactivated. So RNA polymerase is inactivated by the rifampicin. So it also can prevent the transcription. It also can inhibit the transcription. Another drug called alpha amanitin, it inactivates the enzyme RNA polymerase. So RNA polymerase is the key enzyme for the transcription process. So the rifampicin, alpha amanitin, they inactivate the enzyme RNA polymerase, which is very